Dear students, so in our electronic device and circuits, our today's topic is RC coupled amplifier under the multi-stage and feedback amplifiers chapter. See here, the agenda of the today's class is to draw the circuit of two-stage RC coupled amplifier and the operation of the two-stage RC coupled amplifier. And also we'll discuss the function of each component in the RC coupled amplifier. The frequency response of RC coupled amplifier also we discuss in the today's class. Okay, let us go to the revision that which we have already discussed in the previous classes. See, the classification of amplifiers we have discussed, and multi-stage amplifiers and the necessity of the multi-stage amplifiers, the function of each component of a practical single stage transistor amplifier, which we have discussed in a previous semester, and gain, bandwidth, frequency response of the multi-stage amplifier. Okay. Let us see, before going to the two-stage RC coupled amplifier, uh, let us see a single stage RC coupled amplifier, how it could be. See, here is the circuit diagram for RC coupled single stage amplifier. This is nothing but a common emitter, uh, self biased or potential divider biased transistor amplifier. If you observe here, the input signal is applied, the AC input signal is applied at the base of the common emitter transistor, and the R1 and the R2, R1 and R2, these two are potential divider resistors, biasing resistors, and as well as RC is a collector resistor and RE is a emitter resistor for temperature stabilization. RC is for collecting the output across the RC, and RE is for temperature, providing the temperature stabilization. And C in, the C in is for uh, coupling, that is to isolate the DC condition with the input only, which allows only the AC to the base of the transistor and which doesn't allow VCC to flow towards the input. Okay, and now uh, here also we are having another two capacitors, that is CE. The CE is a emitter bypass capacitor which is used to bypass the AC during the temperature stabilization. Okay, and CC, coupling capacitor. CC is a coupling capacitor which is to couple the output of the transistor to the load, RL. Here is all about the function of each component in a single stage RC coupled amplifier. Okay, then let us see what will happen if I give the input. See, I have given a small input signal here, input AC signal. Okay, now the transistor base is applied with the input, and see now which is because it is a AC signal which allows the AC towards the base of the transistor, and the transistor is properly biased in active region when the output appears across the RC, and uh, which is now appears across the RC, and the same is collected through CC by the RL, that is that appears now at the RL now. Okay, then what happens? See, the output appears here. If you observe both the input and output, there is a phase difference between input and output. See, how much phase difference between the input and output? It is 180 degrees. It is 180 degrees. Okay. So here is the function of single stage RC coupled amplifier. And now, if you see the same single stage transistor amplifier uh, with the different voltage levels, if I apply input of 1 kilohertz with 20 millivolts peak to peak, and I am getting here 2.96 volts as a output. See, it is amplified, the voltage level is increased. As we discussed in the previous class, a small signal amplifier, uh, I am giving the voltage in a millivolts, now I am getting in 2.96 volts as output, amplified output here. Okay, let us go to the two stage RC coupled amplifier. The block diagram of the two stage CE, it is common emitter cascaded amplifier. If you observe this two stage common emitter cascade amplifier, see, the input is given to the first stage, and now the first stage and second stage are coupled by using the proper coupling devices. Here the coupling device is RC. RC in the sense resistor and capacitor. Okay, and the output is collected from the second stage. Okay, so now let us see the circuit diagram of two stage RC coupled amplifier. What you observe here, see, there are two transistors, one transistor amplifier for first stage, see, and this shows the stage 1, and this is a stage 2, and here is the input, and here we are going to collect the output. Okay. Here we are going to collect the output, and here is the input applied. So are you able to see? Okay. Now the first box which represents stage 1, stage 1, and here this one is a stage 2. The stage 1 is having a transistor which is biased by using resistors R1 R2 and providing stabilization by using a RE, and resistor RC is for collecting the output, and C is for bypass capacitor, and CC is the coupling capacitor. The combination of these RC and CC gives the coupling. This is about a stage 1, and stage 2 is also having the same transistor and a resistor R1 R2 for providing the potential divider bias, RE for temperature stabilization, C for bypass, emitter bypass, RC uh, collector resistor, and CC is a coupling capacitor. And here one more capacitor here, that is a C in input capacitor. Okay, and this is a component working, the usage of each components in the both the stage 1 and stage 2. Okay, so now see the two stage RC coupled amplifier. Okay, combined version. So, till now we have discussed the two separate stages. Okay, then what happening if the two stages are coupled together? Okay, now see the RC and CC. RC1, the first stage of the first stage RC and CC are now providing the used as a coupling elements between stage 1 and stage 2. This RC and CC. And R1, R2 of the stage 1 and stage 2 are for potential divider bias or self bias, that is for the purpose of biasing the transistors in a active region. As we are using the transistors as amplifiers, we need to bias the transistors in a active region. R1 and R2 of the both the stages, stage 1 and stage 2. And now the CE of stage 1 and stage 2 of the emitter bypass capacitors, because during the AC conditions, to stabilize the temperature, okay, we need to bypass the AC here, as we discussed in a transistor amplifier. Now RE is to provide the temperature stabilization in both the first stage and second stage. So RE is called as a emitter resistor, used for to provide the temperature stabilization. Okay. This is all about the component explanation of RC coupled amplifier. See the circuit details. The circuit consisting of two single stage common emitter transistor amplifiers. Okay, we have already seen in the circuit. The input capacitor C in couples the AC input signal to the base of the first stage. See here, the input capacitor C in is coupling the input V in to the base of the stage 1, and the capacitor CC, output capacitor, coupling capacitor, CC stands for coupling capacitor, couples the output of the first stage to the input of the second stage. The capacitor CC couples the output of the first stage to the input of the second stage. So it transmits only AC signal but blocks the DC signal. Why the coupling capacitor needs? This is for DC isolation. DC isolation between the stage 1 and stage 2. Okay. The resistors R1, R2 and RE providing the self bias stabilization. RE is for temperature stabilization. And CE emitter bypass capacitor, which offers low reactance path to the AC signal during the temperature stabilization. And now the operation of the two stage RC coupled amplifier. What happens? See, if the input signal V in is amplified by the T1, that is a transistor 1, stage 1, as the input applied to the base of the transistor 1 through the input capacitor C in, okay, the transistor T1 works as an amplifier. Due to the amplifier action, the output of the T1 due to the amplifier action, the output appears across the collector resistor RC1. Now the amplified signal developed across the RC1 is given to base of the next stage through the coupling capacitor Cc as a input of the second stage, because the original input is given to the base of the first stage, transistor first T1 transistor 1 base of the first stage, and the transistor 1 amplifies the signal. The amplified signal appears across the RC1. This amplified signal is given as the input to the second stage through the coupling capacitor Cc. The second stage now further amplifies the signal, and the output appears across the collector resistor 2 is now coupled by Cc coupling capacitor to the load. The input signal is now amplified twice by the stage 1 and stage 2. So the input signal is amplified twice. Now the overall gain is increased because at the stage 1 some portion of the signal is increased, that means we have gained, and at the second stage again the signal level increased, so the overall gain is now increased. Now what is the phase of the output of this RC coupled two stage RC coupled amplifier? The phase of the output is same as that of input. If you observe the phase of the first single stage transistor amplifier, see it is a 180 degrees out of phase. But if you go for the two stage RC coupled amplifier, now here it is same. Why it is same? The output is same as that of the input. Why it is same? Because the phase is reversed twice. The phase is reversed twice. 180 degrees in stage 1, 180 degrees in stage 1, and 180 degrees in stage 2. Stage 1 180 degrees plus stage 2 180 degrees by the two transistors as they are in a CE configuration. So now total phase shift is 360 degrees. See, the AC input which is given at the stage 1 base of the stage 1, this is the AC input which is given at the stage 1. The output of the first stage is with a 180 degrees phase shift. The output of the second stage with a 360 degrees phase shift, because 180 plus 180 total 360 degrees phase shift, which is equivalent to 0 degrees, that is in phase with the input. And now the gain and bandwidth of an amplifier. So here till now we have discussed the RC coupled two stage amplifier circuit diagram and the function of each component in RC coupled two stage amplifier, the working of the RC coupled two stage amplifier. Now we need to discuss the frequency response of the RC coupled amplifier. So before going to the frequency response, we must know the gain and bandwidth of an amplifier, which we have discussed already in the previous class. Okay, now the gain. What is a gain? Gain definition: the ratio of output electrical quantity to the input electrical quantity. How much signal we have applied the input and how much output we have got. So this ratio gives the gain. That means what is the improvement in the output signal. So the bandwidth, the range of frequency over which the gain is equal to or greater than 70.7% of the maximum gain is known as the bandwidth. So these are which we have already discussed in the last class. Now frequency response. What is the frequency response? Which is a curve between voltage gain and frequency of an amplifier. A curve drawn between voltage gain The frequency of a amplifier now called as a frequency response. Okay, the gain definition we know, and the the electrical quantities. The electrical quantities are generally voltage, current, and power. Accordingly, the gain could be a voltage gain, current gain, and a power gain. So voltage gain is given by AV. So according to the definition, output electrical quantity to the input electrical quantity, the ratio. So AV equals to V out by V in. And the current gain is also given similarly. It is given by AI. So AI equals to I out by I in. So similarly, the power gain, which is represented by AP, and power gain is given by P out by P in. It is the ratio of output electrical power to the input electrical power. The voltage gain of the multi-stage amplifier. Multi-stage amplifier voltage gain. How we need to calculate? The voltage gain of the first stage is given by AV1 equal to V2 by V1. That is the input V1, the output V2. Okay. And the voltage gain of the second stage is the V2 as is the input of the second stage, and V3 is the output of the second stage. So now AV2 is given by V3 by V2. So the voltage gain of the overall voltage gain of the multi-stage amplifier is now AV equals to V3 by V1. V3 by V1 here. V3 by V1. But we can write V3 by V2 into V2 by V1 as V2 gets cancelled. So now with this equation, with this equation, see if what you observe here, V3 by V2 gives AV2, and V2 by V1 gives AV1. See here. Now from the equation 1 and 2, the AV, all overall voltage gain of the two-stage amplifier is now, I can simply substitute the values here in this. So AV now becomes AV1 into AV2 from the equation 1 and 2. The voltage gain of a multi-stage amplifier, the voltage gain of a multi-stage amplifier is equal to the product of the voltage gains of the individual stages. See, if you observe from the previous one, the voltage gain of the multi-stage amplifier is now the product of gains of individual stages. Okay. For n stage cascade amplifier, if there are two stages, okay, it's okay, AV1 and AV2. If there are n number of stages cascaded, then what happens? What about the overall gain? The magnitude of the total voltage gain is given by AV equals to AV1 into AV2 into so on till the n number of stages, that is AVN. The total phase shift is given by theta equals to, it is in addition, theta 1 plus theta 2 plus so on up to n number of stages, theta n. So due to the loading effect of the amplifier, the above condition is not satisfied here. Okay, the frequency response. What is the frequency response? We know the curve drawn between the gain and the signal frequency, voltage gain and signal frequency of an amplifier is known as the frequency response. Here is the figure showing the frequency response, which is drawn between voltage gain and the frequency. So here it gives the maximum gain, the maximum gain. Bandwidth. Bandwidth. How we are going to calculate the bandwidth? The range of frequencies. Bandwidth in the sense it is a range of frequencies over which the gain is equal to or greater than 70.7% of the maximum gain is known as the bandwidth. See, if you observe the frequency response of a amplifier here, see the 70.7% or 0.707 of the uh, maximum gain is considered as a bandwidth. Here it gives the bandwidth. So that is a range of frequencies that is between f2 and f1. F2 and f1. The difference between f2 and f1 gives the bandwidth. So the bandwidth is given by f2 minus f1. Here the f1 is lower cutoff frequency and f2 is upper cutoff frequency. So the gain bandwidth product is constant. The gain bandwidth product is constant. Okay. The frequency response of a RC coupled amplifier. Now let us discuss the frequency response of the RC coupled amplifier. See how the frequency response of the RC coupled amplifier. Here the frequency ranges of RC coupled amplifier. So for the purpose of analysis, we have divided the entire frequency range into three frequency ranges. That is low frequency range. It is which is less than the 50 hertz, and the second one is a middle frequency range, which is in between 50 hertz to 20 kilohertz. The last one is a high frequency range, which is above the 20 kilohertz. The frequency response of the RC coupled amplifier is shown here. Here you see the low frequency roll off. So as we have divided the frequency into three parts, low frequency, middle frequency and high frequency. So low frequency roll off is shown here, which is now see which is falling down. Okay, so if you observe the frequency response curve of the RC coupled amplifier here, which is drawn between the gain and frequency response and frequency, sorry, the frequency response curve is drawn between the gain and frequency. So here at the low frequencies, if you observe, the frequency is the response is falling down, and also if you observe the high frequency, the response is falling down, and at the mid frequency range, uh, see it is a flat response, which is a flat response. You see here. Then why it is like that? Why it is like that? Why the frequency response is falling down at low frequencies and high frequencies? Why we are getting the flat response at the mid frequency range? Let us discuss here now. The bandwidth of the RC coupled amplifier, as it is calculated at 0.707 or 70.7% of the maximum gain. So here it gives the bandwidth of this RC coupled amplifier. Okay, this is uh, f2 minus f1, which gives the bandwidth. Okay, and now what happening at the low frequencies and the high frequencies, let us discuss now. uh, the reactance of the capacitor here, in RC coupled amplifier we are using coupling capacitors, CC, C in, and also emitter bypass capacitor CE. Okay, uh, now what is happening, the reactance of the capacitor is reducing or decreases with increase in the frequency. the reactance of the capacitor is decreases with increase in the frequency. Why? Then what happens if the reactance decreases with the increase in frequency? Let us see. At low frequencies, and also we can say if the frequency increases, the reactance decreases. That means the frequency decreases, the reactance of the capacitor increases. Okay, that is the reactance of the capacitor is inversely proportional with the frequency. Uh, at low frequencies, the which is less than 50 Hz, the voltage gain rolls off or decreases. So the components responsible for the fall of a gain at the low frequencies. Let us see. What are the components responsible? These are the capacitors. CC, coupling capacitor CC, and emitter bypass capacitor CE. These two are the responsible for the fall of gain at low frequencies. Why these two? Because the coupling capacitor, the reactance of the coupling capacitor CC is high at low frequencies. The reactance of the CC is high at low frequencies because the capacitor reactance, as the capacitor reactance is high, which offers a very high resistance. Reactance is nothing but resistance of the capacitor. Okay, so which doesn't allow the signal to pass through it. So only very small amount of the signal is now crosses the first stage. Now it is given to the next stage. There is only very small amount of the signal is given to the next stage. So because of this, the input signal of the second stage is very small, which amplifies only less. The gain is very less. And what happens at the emitter bypass capacitor? The reactance of the CE is high. So as the reactance of the CE is high, because it is a small frequency, the capacitor reactance high. So, and because of this, the CE cannot bypass the AC signal. The CE cannot bypass the AC signal which is coming from the RE, so that the AC signal is directly now it is assumed as a temperature effect, and which is compensated in the uh, process of stabilization. So because of that, the gain of the first stage and second stage also decreases. So these two capacitors, coupling capacitor and the C emitter bypass capacitor, offering very high reactance to the AC signal because of this low frequency. Now the gain is now reduced or decreased at the low frequencies. At the high frequencies, what is happening? The high frequencies, what is happening? Here the voltage gain is decreases again at the high frequencies. Of course, you may ask, sir, why it is already reducing at the low frequencies, then why at the high frequencies it is reducing? Let us see. So for this, same the coupling capacitor is now responsible here for the fall of gain at high frequencies, and here also another thing which is a capacitive reactance of base emitter junction of the transistor. Base emitter junction of the transistor. The transistor, if you see the transistor, here the capacitance between base and emitter junction. Here is the emitter. The capacitance between base and emitter junction is responsible for the fall of the gain at the high frequencies. See how it is. Let us see. So here the coupling capacitor. Let us discuss about the coupling capacitor first of all. So as the frequency increases, the coupling capacitor reactance decreases. So as the reactance of the coupling capacitor is very low, what happens? It acts like a short circuit. So it acts like a short circuit and directly the first stage and second stage are connected at the high frequencies. So which now increases the loading effect on the next stage and serves to reduce the voltage gain. So this is because of high frequencies. The coupling capacitor offers very low reactance, which is nothing but a short circuit. So due to this short circuit, the DC isolation is removed between the two stages. So we now there is a loading effect of the next stage, and because of this the voltage gain reduces. This is condition number 1. And also because of the capacitor reactance of the base emitter junction, because of the capacitor reactance of the base emitter junction, so which offers very low reactance and which increases the IB, which increases the IB and reduces the this reduces the current amplification factor beta. So as we know, the output IC, collector current IC depends on IC equals to beta times the IB. We know IC equals to beta times the IB. IB. So as the beta decreases, the collector current decreases. As the beta decreases, the collector current decreases. Hence, the output decreases. So, which in turn the gain, the ratio output to the input, which also decreases. The gain decreases. So, because of this two conditions, that is because of these two elements, coupling capacitor CC and the capacitance between the base emitter junction, the gain at the high frequency is now reduces. What happening at the mid frequency range and why it is giving the flat response? See, the voltage gain is constant or uniform or flat response during the mid frequency range, that is from 50 Hz to 20 kilohertz. So the component is responsible for the uniform gain. Again, the coupling capacitor is playing the role here. See, at the frequency, as the frequency increases, the reactance of the coupling capacitor decreases. As the frequency increases, the reactance of the coupling capacitor decreases. So at lower reactance means higher loading effect of the first stage. Lower reactance means that is at high frequencies and hence lower gain. And at the low frequencies, large part of the signal is coupled to the next stage and gain increases. So here the cycle repeats. So both gets cancelled and here you get a uniform gain. Okay. So here you get a uniform gain at the mid frequencies. The coupling capacitor is now, because of the coupling capacitor we are getting the flat response during the mid frequency range. Right. The advantage of the RC coupled amplifier. What are the advantage? So with the frequency response we can say that there is an excellent frequency response or uniform gain during the range of wide range of frequencies, that is 50 Hz to 20 kilohertz. So inexpensive because it implies very small components, resistors and capacitors, which are very cheap. Compact, all the components which are used in this are very very small, so we can uh, assemble or solder in a very small, within a small size, small area of the PCB, so which is a compact in size, and it provides a very less frequency distortion. The disadvantage of the RC coupled amplifier, so low voltage and current gains, low voltage and current gains, and a tendency to become noisy with the age and in moist climates. As the usage of the circuit becomes very old, because of that, it will produce, the components will produce a noise in the circuit, and in a moisture also it will produce a noise. The impedance matching is very poor. The output impedance matching is poor in the RC coupled amplifier. And here see, the RC coupled amplifier output impedance is of 100 ohms, and the impedance of the speaker is very few ohms. So the impedance matching is poor, because why the impedance matching should be there? Because to transfer the maximum power to the load, to transfer the maximum power to the load, we need proper impedance matching. So this is uh, by maximum power transfer theorem. Maximum power transfer theorem. What it states? The impedance of the two devices same, then there is a possibility of getting maximum power transfer. Okay. So now this is a these are the disadvantages of the RC coupled amplifier. The applications. What are the applications of the RC coupled amplifier? The RC coupled amplifier have excellent audio fidelity over a wide range of frequency. See, as if you observe the frequency response curve of the RC coupled amplifier, which is giving a flat response during the 50 Hz to 20 kHz, which is a in between the audio frequency range, that is 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. So it can be used as a audio amplifier to amplify speech or music. So it is used as a voltage amplifier in the initial stages of the public address system, as the public address system is also used to amplify the speech or music. So the first initial stages of the PA system uses the RC coupled amplifiers. Summary, what we have discussed in the today's class. Uh, the circuit of single stage RC coupled amplifier and the function of each component in RC coupled amplifier. What the circuit consisting of two transistors in stage 1 and stage 2, and the resistors R1 R2 providing R1 R2 and RE providing the biasing and stabilization for both the stages. The RC as a collector resistor, CC coupling capacitor, C in input, and finally the CE is a emitter bypass capacitors. Circuit of two-stage amplifier, two-stage RC coupled amplifier working, operation also we have discussed. The frequency response of the RC coupled amplifier, the factors affecting the frequency response at the low frequency, mid frequency and high frequency, advantages, disadvantages of RC coupled amplifier. Finally, we have also discussed the applications of RC coupled amplifier. So, hope you all of you understood all these topics, and let us go through a small quiz. R1, R2 and RE are used for the purpose of biasing and stabilization, B. To allow AC components, C. To isolate DC from one stage to the next stage, D. Bypass the AC components. Can you guess the students? Which answer is correct? Which option is correct? So the correct option is the biasing and stabilization. R1, R2 for the biasing, the RE for temperature stabilization. The next question. A radio receiver has a dash of amplification. Okay, options. I will give you the options. Uh, one stage, B. Two stages, 3. C. 3 stages. D. More than 3 stages. Which one is correct? As we have discussed the multi-stage amplifiers, the correct answer is 3 stages of amplification. The next question is RC coupling is used for amplifying the voltage, B. current, C. power, D. none of the above. The correct answer is, from the beginning of this today's session we are discussing that which is used for voltage amplification. The next question is, in a RC coupled amplifier, voltage gain over mid frequency range. The voltage gain of the RC coupled amplifier over mid frequency range, what is which changes abruptly with the frequency? B. It is constant. C. Changes uniformly with the frequency. Or D. None of the above. If you observe the frequency response curve, we can say it is constant. The next question, in the initial stages of the multi-stage amplifier, we use what kind of amplifier? RC coupling, transformer coupling, direct coupling, none of the above. The applications which we have discussed, which is RC coupled amplifier. Yes. RC coupling is not used to amplify extremely low frequencies because of there is a considerable power loss, uh, there is a hum in the output, electrical size of the coupling capacitor becomes very large, or gain is very high. Which one is the correct answer here? The electrical size of the coupling capacitor becomes very large. So that is the reason why it is not suitable for low frequencies. The questions which may be asked in the examinations. Draw the circuit diagram of two-stage RC coupled amplifier and explain its operation. Draw the circuit diagram of two-stage RC coupled amplifier and state the function of each component. It can be asked in these two different ways. And draw the frequency response of RC coupled amplifier. Explain the frequency response of RC coupled amplifier. These are the questions which may be asked in the examinations. And explain why the gain falls at high frequencies as well as at low frequencies. The same, the operation of the frequency response. And advantage and disadvantage of RC coupled amplifier. Why does the RC coupling gives constant gain over mid frequency range? So, the question number 5 and question number 7 are same. If you know the frequency response of RC coupled amplifier, you can answer the two questions. And finally, the applications. List the applications of RC coupled amplifier. What are the applications which is used in audio amplification, public address systems? Okay, and initial stages of radio receivers. Okay, okay students, hope you understood the today's session, and have a nice day. See you in the next class. Bye bye.